There are seasons where life stops feeling like it's something you're living and instead just feels like you're observing it. You go through your routines, check things off, reply to your messages, but something feels off. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it feels like you're watching a movie of your life and observing the world instead of actually living in it. This is not laziness, this is not weakness. It's a symptom of disconnection from your body, your truth, and your aliveness. And while the cause of that disconnection might not always be obvious, the way back is simpler than you'd think. Disconnection doesn't show up with flashing lights. Sometimes it looks like boredom, numbness. Other times it's overstimulation, where even the smallest little thing can feel very overwhelming. It's easy to internalize it as something that is wrong with you, but often it's the exact opposite. It's your system trying to protect you too much. A reason why you might be feeling disconnected is survival mode. When your body is stuck in survival mode, constantly chasing, fixing, performing, it starts to pull away from anything non-essential. So your creativity, your softness, all that gets shut out. And your nervous system prioritizes safety over connection. And in a culture that glorifies hustle culture and getting everything done in the quickest time possible, most of us are actually walking around with a low-grade state of fight or flight, always doing something but rarely being. It becomes hard to even notice what you're feeling, let alone actually process it. In a world where we're more stimulated than ever, we are actually far less emotionally fed. We scroll past hundreds of faces and stories and opinions, but none of them actually require our full presence. And the brain doesn't know what to do with that. It leaves you feeling like you're surrounded by people, but yet entirely unseen. When life moves fast, the first thing we tend to do is neglect ourselves. Not the version we show other people, but the one that's kind of beneath all the layers. We stop checking in, stop asking how we're doing, not just the surface level questions, but the real ones. We disconnect when we spend too much time managing our lives rather than actually living our life. And over time, that absence turns into disorientation. You forget how to be with yourself, and you stop recognizing your own energetic reflection. There's also a kind of disconnection that comes from living a life that is technically fine, but it doesn't actually fit, it doesn't align with you. You might be doing the right things, hitting the right marks, keeping up appearances, but deep down, you know this isn't it. This is not the path you should be taking. The friendships, the routines, the career path, they all might be great on paper, but they don't actually reflect who you are anymore. When your inner world and your outer world stop matching, disconnection is the result. And it's not because you failed, but because you evolved, and your outer world just hasn't caught up yet. And sometimes disconnection isn't actually about something being wrong. It's because something's shifting. There's something in us that shows up when we're outgrowing the current version of ourselves, but haven't yet stepped into the new version. Your habits, your environments, people you used to relate to, they might not all feel the same anymore. But the new version of you, the one that you're becoming, you're not fully developed yet. You haven't built her up. She's not fully ready yet either. And that in between of outgrowing your current version to not yet becoming the new version of yourself, that is where the disconnection lies. It can feel a little bit lonely, maybe disorienting. Disconnection here is not dysfunction. It's just the transition. It's you growing. And just because you feel unfamiliar with yourself does not mean that you're lost. It just means that you're in motion. And sometimes it's not even actually about your circumstances. The disconnection could be physical. When your nervous system is overwhelmed by trauma, overstimulation, lack of rest, it can start to dissociate. This can feel like brain fog, zoning out. It can even feel like you're watching your life through a screen. Our body is great at adapting to chaos, but one of those is shutting down access to sensation. It numbs you to protect you. There's no quick fix strategy for reconnection, but there is a path, and it does not require a full life overhaul. Before you start to feel again, you need room to hear yourself, and that begins with silence. I'm not even kidding. Not the kind where you're waiting for a thought to land, but the kind where you let everything settle. This can be quite uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to constant input. Even 5 minutes in the morning without your phone. Start with the first 5 minutes and just let your thoughts process. You don't have to bombard yourself with notifications in the morning. Put your phone away, wake up, maybe journal if you want to, brush your teeth in silence, maybe go for a little walk outside. Anything to just ground yourself first thing in the morning. Oh, and when you're walking outside, walk without your headphones. Walk without your phone, walk without music. Just listen to nature, listen to the birds, listen to the city, wherever you are. Just take in your environment and ground yourself. Another method is to anchor yourself in sensation. Disconnection is a mental spiral and reconnection is physical, and it lives in your senses, so start there. It's gonna sound really weird. Place your hands under warm water, take a cold shower, anything to wake your body up, to be more alert, to notice things around you, to ground yourself. The most important thing is to ground yourself in the present moment. Listen to your favorite song. Maybe do something a little out of your routine. Instead of running the same route every day, try something different. Switch it up a bit. These little moments may seem insignificant, but they bring you back into your body and into the now. When you're feeling distant from yourself, try not to ask, what's wrong with me? Or why am I not giving myself permission to feel right now? Instead, just take a second, journal your answers, or even just sit with them. Just take a second and process your thoughts, process your feelings, put them on paper. Take a second. Another hack that I want to give you for dissociation is to lie on the floor. I'm not joking. There's something about lying on the floor, about grounding yourself with the ground. It really helps. Or even like if you're outdoors, lie on the grass. Put your feet on the grass. Skin to grass. Another great thing is just to be in nature in general. Breathe in the trees. Go for a hike if you want. Go for a walk. If you're in the city, maybe take a drive. Maybe do a little road trip. Go somewhere that you can just sit with nature. Sometimes the disconnection is from you doing too much. Saying yes to everything, holding the weight of too many obligations. And then one last thing is to romanticize every moment, okay? Yes, it's becoming a cliche now because it's just repeated so many times, but it actually works. It's a cliche for a reason, okay? Romanticizing your life, game changer. Disconnection is not always a crisis. Sometimes it's just a sign that something needs to shift. Maybe it's your habits, the pace you're going at, your priorities, your environment. Maybe it's the way you've been treating yourself. It's easy to overlook it until it starts to affect everything. But the good news is you don't need to actually make a huge change overnight. You just need to start paying attention again. Another thing, I know I've said it before, but you need to get off your phone. If you're feeling a disconnection and you're on your phone a lot, probably a lot of the reason why you're feeling disconnected is because you're on your phone. Specifically social media, if you're scrolling through so many people's feeds and you're just watching so many videos every single day, that is very overstimulating and your brain doesn't know how to actually process that. So get off your phone, go outside, enjoy some nature, go for a walk, hang out with your friends, talk to your family, start pottery, okay, go painting, do something with your life other than being on your phone. Bye.